Friends, you are welcome to नेक्स्ट सेशन ऑफ मनी मैटर्स। लास्ट सेशन हमने डिस्कस किया था कितने टाइप के डिफरेंट एसेट क्लासेस हैं जो आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हैं। नाउ आई विल शो यू इन दिस क्लास, आई विल गिव दिस एसेट क्लास हाउ मच रिटर्न दे हैव गिवन in previous 10 years. You will understand which class has given how much return and why, the reason behind that much return. तो सबसे पहले बेस्ट रिटर्न एसेट क्लास में गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर। गोल्ड लास्ट 10 ईयर का रिटर्न। नाउ नेक्स्ट इज सिल्वर। सिल्वर इज ऑल्सो गिवन रिटर्न ऑफ अप्रोक्सीमेटली 100%। ठीक है। सेकेंड class is your real estate. Real estate, if you count the rate of return since 2013 to 2020, it is around 2 to 3%. Return is just 2 to 3%. And if you count down investment, whoever has been purchased a flat, it is approximately cost not less than 50 lakhs. Now the rate of return of that money in bank, if you have deposited that money in bank, it would have been, if you will roughly estimate the 7% of interest rate, it would have been approximately, the value of the 50 lakh would have been approximately 80 lakhs, approximately 75 to 80 lakhs. But now the 2013, whatever the value of the property was there, that has been gone. You can say that it was negative growth rate, because if you compare the rate of inflation, the rate of inflation since 2013 to 2020 is hovering around 5 to 6%, and your rate of return in real estate was 3%, so you have grown minus 3%. Saving was your net rate of return was minus 3%. Now, why this has happened? This has happened because this is the field where there was more investor and less consumer. Those field where we have got more investor, less consumer, that field did not give the return, uniform return. They did not give the uniform return because investor are more, the greed of money is more, but consumer are less. Now next comes to share market. If you count down from 2008 to 2020, 2008 to 2020, at a span of 12 years, it is around 50 to 60% of Nifty has given returns. From 8,000, Nifty was 6 to 7,002, it has come to 12,000 Nifty. So it is approximately 50 to 60% rate of return that it has given. Then mutual funds. Mutual fund, if you compare total mutual fund from Indian point of view and international point of view, the mutual fund generated given return from 16-70% to 9%, approximately 9 to 16-70% return has been given. Now, next class is, you can say that insurance. These are the sectors where if you go for rate of return, if you calculate the rate of return, it is roughly around 6 to 7% of return is there. Now, these all types of investment avenue you have got. Now you think where you have to invest, where you will maximize your return. That part is where you need advice, where you need study, where you need the comparison of different types of data, different types of ratio, different types of result. That the common people, those who are busy in their work, they never find this type of opportunity, or they lack such type of knowledge to analyze this type of figures, so that they can conclude which type of asset class give the more returns, which give negative returns. So what we, a common man, what we they get advice from their friends, they are near and dear. Those friends and near and dear, they have some types of their agenda, their aim behind them, who try to take give you such advice where you will invest your money and you will get not that much return which you really need for that. Now, keeping in view of the safeguarding, first the safeguard of your money is prime concern, first thing. Secondly, rate of return. So if you keep the safeguard of your money, you should have at least 1 to 2 years of expenditure. Your average expenditure of 1 year or 2 years in your saving or FD, which will give you a cushion whenever there is a economic depression, where there is a turmoil in economic, where there is a turmoil in your job, where there is a turmoil in your family or in social life. That gives you a stability. So at least you have to, if you are a 10 lakhs income taxpayer, you should have at least 10 to 20 lakh as a saving and in fixed deposit your amount should be there. Now next come to you choose which amount where to invest. Now must before choosing any of the area of investment, you must see how much people, where there is a more people have been invested in the area. Try to keep themselves think while investing in it, because when there is a large number of investment in such area, there are chances of those area giving less than average return in future. So try to protect themselves. Now if you don't have time, don't have reasoning to analyze all those things, just go to safe. Another safe investment is mutual funds. Mutual fund you can invest in a SIP, in a form of SIP or in a lump sum. SIP is better than the lump sum investment. SIP you can hedge your risk. You up and down of the market can be hedged through your SIP. Now selection of SIP is also what it matters. Which area the fund manager has been focused. By selecting mutual fund, you must read out their portfolio, read out the fund manager, read the fund manager performance, and read the performance of the fund before investing. Okay, that all things you must study, or otherwise you go for guidance of the professional, like we guide you in the futures, we keep guiding you which fund gives maximum return, which can give the lowest return. Then it comes of, if you next it comes to अगर सेफ गार्डिंग रिस्क एवर्सन में एक आप LIC की इन्वेस्टमेंट to reduce the financial risk, you must have one insurance policy which gives totally in protections, not return. If you find out the rate of return, if you go for investment, keeping the rate of return from the insurance, then you are doing something wrong. You go for insurance means insurance. Go only for insurance, not for returns. So your part is just to insure yourself, your kids, your family, your jobs. Insure them so that you will take more risk. Now comes to the quantity of investment, where you will allocate your fund. So you don't, my suggestion is that don't put all your egg in one basket. You go segregation of both. You go for gold, you go for this something real estate, yeah, plot, go for mutual fund, go for share market. If you don't have money, if you don't have risk taking appetite, if you don't have time, then ask your advisor and go for investment. Go for investment in the advised area. Then if you don't have any times, I mean, if you have less time, you come, if you are eager to invest in market, go for mutual fund. Mutual fund having 3 types of mutual fund. One is equity fund, second one is debt fund, third one is balance fund. The equity fund is purely in equity fund. The fund manager will put 90% of the fund in equity, 10% they keep a reserve to churning up their portfolio. Then next comes balance fund. Balance fund they go for 50% investment in equity and 50% in saving instrument, bank saving instrument. Third one is debt fund. Debt fund they go for purely in debt instrument like RBI bond, FD. 90% of the total fund they invest in debt instrument. 10% they go for growth instrument like security, or they keep for reserve. If you calculate the rate of return in three types of mutual fund, rate of return is more in equity, then less in balance fund, then less in debt fund. And debt fund is the lowest, but it is safest. Then balance fund is more than debt fund, but it is also safe. The growth fund. Growth fund is giving highest return. Equity fund is also. Equity fund give highest return, but it is risky. In this also, mutual fund, balance fund, growth fund, equity fund, and this debt fund has two types of revenue. One is dividend scheme, other one is growth scheme. Dividend scheme, the fund announces every year's percentage of dividend that created in your account, and in growth scheme that dividend is invested in your portfolio. So both in equity fund, the growth scheme is better than the dividend, because the dividend in mutual fund, the quantity of dividend is not that much sufficient which can give a handsome return. But if you go for growth scheme, it get multiplied. And it comes to now